Good evening everyone and welcome to the 12th and final round of Season 11 here in Division 2 in Abu Dhabi. My name is Phoenix One. I am being joined by PCV today. Hello.
Good day.
So, hopefully, a good title decided today. Originally, after last week's race, Sean Moon had actually won the championship. However, due to a post-race penalty that he received of 10 seconds, he was dropped down a few places, with Marco moving up. And now the championship is back open again. Sean Moon now has a 20-point gap to Marco in second place. And also, Kevin is still in contention as well. He has 25 points behind Sean Moon. So, yeah, title fight still on today. And hopefully it will be a good fight to the end. Although, of course, Sean Moore, I think, with being 20 points ahead, is the clear favorite for today. As long as he finishes in the top 8, he will win no matter what. That is all he needs to do. Just finish inside the top 8, get those 4 points, and he is guaranteed to be the champion. Oh, sorry, finish above P8. Finish above P8, then he's guaranteed to be champion. So yeah, if Sean Moore finishes P7 or above, no matter what Marco does, he cannot overcome him. And for Kevin to overcome him, he would need Sean Moore to score 0 points, while Kevin gets a race win and the fastest lap. Since on countback, no matter what, Sean Moore would win over both Marco and Kevin. So they need to outscore him, not just equal him. As you can also see, unfortunately we have to use the multiplayer cars today because because Codemasters have done a bit of a Codemasters moment. And the equal cars are no longer equal on the F1 23 game. The downforce on equal performance, for the second time on this game cycle now, the downforce on equal performance is now the performance of realistic cars, meaning that, for example, the AlphaTauri or the Williams is a good second or so a lap slower than a Red Bull or Ferrari or Aston Martin. So yeah, everyone is in the multiplayer car for today, which is actually equal. The first driver in the starting lap here is actually Marco, who very nicely has used the Red Bull livery here, the special livery that I think it's from Miami. So he'll be easily recognizable on track. We asked drivers, if possible, to try and use a livery that is like either the special livery of their team or just a similar color scheme to their team, to make them more easily recognizable on track. So that will help us at least a bit. Of course, worth mentioning with these multiplayer cars, you get randomly assigned who you share a pit box with. So if you're unlucky, you might get stuck behind someone in the pit lane and you didn't even know who would be your teammate in-game. That is a very big annoyance in these multiplayer cars, and the main reason why no league really uses these and everybody just sticks to the normal Formula 1 cars. But yeah, I mean, you'd rather have double stacks.
Ooh, on the first penalty.
Zane gets a 5-place penalty for blocking Kucho. Zane is on a hot lap, I think. And Kucho
was.
I guess Kucho started this lap close to Zane and came up behind him. First lap of the session, Marco 23.0, and immediately beaten by Pocho in his makeshift Red Bull livery here with a 22.9. I have to say, this is at least we get this. Look at this Pinky's car here, the Haas. It resembles a Haas quite nicely, to be fair. So
Yeah.
Zane in the same livery as well, so they're both using the same. Ewok there in the Williams livery from Silverstone.
Yep.
Really nice to see that on track as well. Kucho on the...
Alfa Romeo probably, yeah.
Is that an Alfa? No, I don't think it's Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, it
No,
is.
it isn't. It has, like, generic sponsors.
Hey. Yeah,
Well, it does kind of look like an Alfa Romeo, which, well, he's in the Aston Martin, so maybe he's loading up the wrong livery. Gabri there on pole position now. Oh, look at this Ferrari, that's lovely. I saw that he posted a screenshot of this earlier. He's done a lovely job of this one. Of recreating a Ferrari livery. The red and black really nicely working together there. So yeah, quite a few different liveries on show today. Yeah, at least we get some positives out of this. We get to see some nice liveries. Some not so nice liveries in the case of Pocho. I'm sorry, this is just. I mean, you can see it's supposed to be a Red Bull at least, but yeah, I'm not a fan.
And then with the helmet from Science just doesn't work at all.
Oh well, in my camera view, you can't see the helmets, so I don't have to suffer through that at least. We already have quite a few times on the board by now. I'd say Kutus 29.5 is probably some kind of half spin mistake, something in there. But apart from that, currently Gabri looking fast with a 22.7. Sean Moon as well, our championship leader, in 4th with a 23.1, only 1/10 behind Marco. And Kevin, mathematically still in contention as well, currently down in last place with an invalidated lap time. So not a good start in the qualifying for Kevin. We'll see if anybody is currently on a hot lap, but
Cuckoo is good show.
Yes, okay. But he must be on. Yeah, he's been out on track since the start of qualifying, so these tires must be destroyed by now. I have to say, he's done a great job of I think it's supposed to be an Italian flag. That's what it looks like to me, and it looks really good. Which is, I think Alfa Romeo did this as well for a special livery of theirs, which is why I originally thought it was an Alfa Romeo livery. And it looks really, really good. He's actually going back to the pits now. I'm gonna need to know what livery this is so I can use it for like, I don't know, whenever there's some kind of Nation Cup. Use this as a Germany livery, that would be great. JM out on track here as well for his first run in the all-red car here. I mean, I guess if you want to recreate a Ferrari, that's the easiest way to do it, just make a car red. Can't really mistake it, can you?
Well,
what did they say? Tell a child to paint a car, they'll paint it red?
Yeah. To be honest, the fake, kind of. The pink version of the Alpine from World Cup doesn't look too bad.
I think Tyler's running it, right?
Tyler, yeah.
Oh, that is the official Alpine livery that they ran for the first 2 races, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. They did it last year as well, where they started out with the pink livery and then moved to the blue one. I have to say, I prefer the blue one, but I was still... I still would prefer if they ran the pink one, just because we need less blue on this grid. There's like we have 20 cars in this grid and 10 of them are blue. Can we have some cars that aren't blue?
Red Bull Williams. If you could call Merck. AlphaTauri.
I was thinking Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Williams, Alpine. That's 4. So there must be some 5th team I'm missing when I'm saying 10 cars, but I don't care. It's still 10. Just for effect.
Well, the clown, if you could count the light blue.
Nah, that is not a blue car.
Same for Mark.
Oh, JM, just going slightly off the track there at Latifi corner. And invalidating his run and back to the pit lane for him. We've got Foltz as well here on a run in the new Williams livery. Wait, from when? The Golf Williams. Oh yeah, this is the Singapore livery. I forgot it was used in Singapore. I don't think I saw Williams on TV once that race. Maybe Sargent when he crashed.
Well, I did when Kurt meant that, I think.
Oh, Folster jumping into P2. At 22.910. 14,000 ahead of Pocho. Sean Moon actually running the same Williams livery. I wonder what Ewak is running, because he has... Oh, okay, we've got 2 different Williams liveries. We've got the Silverstone livery for Ewak, and then the Singapore livery for Sean Moore, well, and Foltz. Yeah, Foltz being in the Alfa Romeo, he obviously... Wait, does Alfa Romeo have a livery in the game? Don't think they do, unfortunately. So he's, I guess, just picked the Williams instead. Bit of swifting going on here between... Was that Sean Moore and
It was from Foles.
yeah, but, okay, and Foles actually trying to give his list again. Interesting, so they aren't even teammates, and Foles is still fully wingmanning it right now for Sean Moore. Yeah, and Sean Moore up by 3/10 there after that. Probably just this lift him, I think.
Yeah. Good people for now.
I mean, 3/10 wouldn't even be enough. He needs to find a bit more in the final sector to beat Gabri.
Marco is 4/10 faster, so...
Oh, okay, Marco. As the youth would say, he's cooking. The youth, I'm 19, I'm talking about the youth. Am I not part of it anymore? There we go, Sean Moore over the line. At the end, only a 1/10 improvement, so a really terrible final sector. We'll see if Marco's done better in the final sector. And can demote Sean Moore right back to P5. Yes, he can, there we go, Marco on pole. 22.653. Pocho down by 1.5 tenths as he went into the final sector. We'll stay on both though. See if he can improve through the final sector. And into the final corner, actually back into the pit lane. Oh, that was so close! You just saw the unders kicking in, and Pocho barely managed to avoid going straight into the pit wall and instantly ruining his qualifying. I think Kevin just jumped into 5th place as well down at 23.0. He's beaten Sean Moore. We also have a new face joining us today here, Zane. His first race in the league. He is joined Pinky at Haas. And yeah, hopefully for him he'll have a good debut. Right now he's sitting solidly in P7, so pretty much right in the middle of the field. We'll see if he can maybe I mean he isn't far off, he's only a 10th off the top 5 there of Kevin. So Zane already showing some decent pace here in his first quali session. Gabriel around the final corner and putting in at 22.573. That's a new fastest time with 5 minutes to go. Let's see if anybody has an answer to that. Tyler currently slowing down. Ewek 2 seconds down this time. Marcelio 2/10 up in the first sector. JM out on track as well for his second try after the invalidation earlier. So yeah, Marcelio and JM currently the ones on hot laps. JM with a purple sector 2, 52.7. Picks a bit of marbles to turn 9 there, not ideal for him. Quickly go over Marcelio to see the sector split time in sector 2. How much he's up by. 3/10 left Marcelio, so a decent improvement already, and still one more sector to go where you can find some more time maybe.
Ray could be on for definitely.
Yeah, I don't know, I never know if the purple sectors if they're true or not, but it looked like a good lap from him, from what I saw at least, and it's a 22.633, just missing out on pole there, 20 thousandths faster than Marco, and 60 thousandths off BS Gabri. So Celio goes into the final corner, meanwhile, can he get off the back row of the grid? He can't, he improves by 2.5 tenths and into a 23.931, but stays in P12. Meanwhile, Tyler up by 79 thousandths in the first sector, as Zane has retired, I think, in the pit lane. At least I don't see yellow flags on there, so it must have been in the pit lane. So he has either decided he doesn't want to use any more of his tires, or he thinks he can't improve on his time anyway. Tyler up by 3/10 in the middle sector. And if you look at the times, I mean, it's pretty close there. From, I would say, Folks all the way to Ewek. It's 5/10 from P4 to P11. So Tyler could jump up very far here, maybe all the way into the top 5. I'm currently down in P10. Into the final corner, the Alpine driver over the line puts in a 122.777. And actually all the way into 4th place there. A very good improvement from Tyler, putting himself on the second row of the grid, 3 minutes to go now. So probably one more lap for everyone. We've got Kucho here, who's currently on an invalidated lap, and I think he has front wing damage there. He has major... Yes, he has absolutely no front wing. So Kucho's gonna have to try and get back in the pit lane and maybe go out for one more lap here right at the end. What I find interesting is that absolutely nobody's gone for the Audi or Connorsport liveries. I thought we'd be seeing a lot of those, to be honest. Because I originally planned to use the when this whole issue started and leaks started announcing that we're using multiplayer cars, my plan was to use either Connorsport or Audi. In leagues where I don't have the special livery from my own team. But yeah, nobody seems to have done that. Because the Connorsport or Audi liveries are the only liveries in the game that look like actual liveries that aren't tied to a specific team, you know? So if you're in like a Haas, for example, which doesn't have a special livery in the game, you could just use one of those and still have a car that doesn't look like shit. Got Kevin coming out of turn 1, he's immediately invalidating his run. So his final run in qualifying, well, he might have one more. He has 1.7 laps of fuel. If you look at the steering wheel on the top right, you can see the fuel, 1.7 it says there. Wow, that's gonna be tough to get around with enough fuel that is left in the tank while also not having your tires completely cool out. I think this might be it for Kevin in his qualifying session. And not looking good for his title chances. Only an outside chance, needing to gain, needing to win the race with fast lap while Sean Moore DNFs. But yeah, a P7 in qualifying, with still everyone else doing a lap on him, probably done now. Not a good starting position for him at all. So the first driver who will be starting his final run is, I believe, JM? No. Who's not going over the line then? Sean Wool! We'll stay on board with our current championship leader. 20 points the gap in him and Marco, 25 in him and Kevin. Everybody else no longer in contention. Sean Wool gaining 83,000 in the first sector. Gets a bit onto the curb on the entry into turn 5, though not ideal. Until the car a bit, maybe impacting his braking performance. You saw him missing the apex as well. That probably cost him a 10th or so. We'll see if he can gain it back. Goes over the curb on the entry into the chicane, but doesn't really bottom out, so must be running very high ground clearance. And now towards the end of sector 2, how much is he up by? It's actually down 54 thousandths. Needs to find a good amount of time in the final sector if he wants to get himself to the front again. He's currently in P8, which, if you're Marco, this is exactly where you want him. P8 or lower. But of course, a long race to go after this, so even if Sean qualifies this low, nothing is done yet. And even then, Marco's left to win the race. Right now he's P3 in qualifying. And Sean into the final corner. What will it be for him? Over the line. Has he improved in the end? Yes, he has! Onto pole position! He's gained 5 tenths in the final sector. 22.566. Does anyone have an answer? Yes, there we go! False! At 22.3. Does anybody have an answer to that then? Pocho is done in P6 only, 22.661. Tyler in 7th on the 22.777.
Marco is slower.
I'm just clicking through everyone right now, seeing... I think JM's made a major mistake in the chicane, he might be done as well. Kevin is improving. Kevin was improving by 2 tenths, he has 0.3 laps of fuel, he's just barely gonna make the line in terms of fuel here. So he can still improve one more time. Jump up the field here, 22.555 into second place. Kucho's up by 1.5 seconds after the middle sector and still the final second to go here. What has he done in the end after his, well, not ideal first laps at 22.999 into P10. And JM, the only one still out on track, but I think he is done. After yeah, there we go, he's slowing down. So that's qualifying done. It's Foltz on pole position ahead of Kevin and Sean Moore. Gabi in 4th, JM in 5th, Marco in 6th, Pocho in 7th, Tyler in 8th, Ewek in 9th, Kucho in 10th, Zane and Pinky in 11th and 12th, Marcelio in 13th, and Wongfi, who came in, I think, right at the end, literally. I think he literally just joined in time.
Yeah, it did.
In 14th place. I think he might have to run with the default slot now, though, because he didn't join in time.
I don't know. But it's close. Really close. Oh. And there we go, your full qualifying results.
Wongfi actually isn't listed here, so I'm not sure if he's now in the race or not. Yeah, we've got oh, with Zane's grid penalty actually drops the last of Pinky and Marcelio moving up one each. But apart from that, the results I just went through is correct. But look at these gaps, it's 4/10 to P8, not even 3/10 to P7. The whole top 10 separated by just over 6/10. The top 12 separated by just over 8.5. Marcelio the only one who is, I mean even he, 1.5 off the pole isn't a major gap I would say. Really, really close qualifying. And I think an exciting race in store for us now.
P2 to P7 was basically in 10th, so nothing. Oh, this is probably going to be fun. Hopefully.
Yeah, and well, also an eye to be kept on the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes are 17 points behind Red Bull, so that is still definitely mathematically, not just mathematically, it's realistically possible for Mercedes to still win if they outscore Red Bull by 17 points. The driver scoring points in today are of course Kevin, and then Wongfi is reserving for Sully. So I'm not sure if Wongfi ended up getting into the race or not, but if he did, he'll be scoring points for Mercedes. Or if Wongfi was just a little bit too late in the end. But yeah, our main focus will be the Drivers' World Championship. Sean Moore, all he needs to do is finish inside top 7, and he's already done a good start for that by qualifying on the front row, I think it was. Was it P2 or P3? I forgot already.
Ooh. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, drivers now just starting their strategies, making some final adjustments to the setup maybe, changing brake bias, changing front wing, tire pressures.
He's actually driving.
There we go. The 5 red lights are on, and it's lights out, and away we go. And immediately a car in the background moving alongside there as Kevin goes for the lead into turn 1 and takes it away from Foles. Sean Moore dropping to 3rd place there. JM and Marco side by side into turn 2. Marco coming out ahead, taking P4 away from JM. Foles trying to come back at Kevin. Yellow flags in the back for Wongfi. As Foles following Kevin really closely there for the race lead. So yeah, not a good start for Wongfi. Kevin on the soft actually, that's when he had such a rocket start. And we've got Marco flying past Sean Moore here for P3. And maybe even having a go at Foles. As Marco has now been forced to let Sean Moore back past. JM avoiding Marco there as Marco has to break early to avoid going to the back of Foles. JM and Tyler side by side on the exit chicane of turn 6 and 7. Tyler on the inside line down towards turn 9. Can he stay alongside the Ferrari? Yes, he can actually move ahead as well as James, not really using his ES. Opts to let the Alpine through. Falls on the hard compound here, immediately dropping back from Sean Moore. Already 6/10 gap with Marco desperately trying to find a way around him. Gabri's now disconnected from the session in the first lap already. Marco trying to go around the outside, and it doesn't pay off. Tyler now on his outside line, but gets squeezed off, was not fully alongside there of Marco. And obviously not really a corner you can try and hang around the outside, so Tyler playing it smart and opting to go for the move at a later chance maybe. But meanwhile at the front, Kevin already 1.5 seconds away from Sean Moore. Exactly what he needs. His gap in the front building. I'll send an invite to Gabby if I can real quick. Hopefully he is showing online. I'm not sure what happened to him.
But he's not.
There we go, invite sent. Maybe you don't have as a friend. Tyler sending it under brakes on Marco, and he's been spun around! Tyler with the send down onto turn 5, the hairpin. Contact made, Tyler sent into a spin, he's recovered into P8, now being attacked by Ewek for that position though. Of course, with the bad exit by Tyler, it's a chance for Ewek. Pocho going for the move on Kucho as well. With Tyler going a bit deep there. Didn't really have a good camera view of it, but he stayed ahead of Ewek, and I think there was some contact between the two of them. Marco still stuck behind Foles here. I think Foles is really defending hard. Foles actually has barely used any ES. He's just doing a really good job to defend for Marco here. Gabi's now back in the lobby.
That's for sure.
Yeah, Foles here, I'm not sure if he's holding him on purpose or if he's just being, like, him being on the hard tires means he's slow. I think it could just be the hard tires because he isn't, like, obnoxiously slow. He's 1.5 seconds behind Sean Moore, which is reasonable, I would say. So I think this is just him being on a worse tire compound.
Like, I hope.
Yeah, especially since Sean Moon and Foltz aren't even actually teammates, so you would hope he isn't blocking for him, but and especially because Sean Moon, Sean Moon doesn't need him to block him either. Like, Sean Moon only needs to finish P7. I don't think he needs a wingman for that. But Marco, you can see he's being desperate. He's now going for the inside line. He wants to get past him here. Chase after Sean Moore. And I think he's finally gotten past the Williams. Oh, not the Williams, Alfa Romeo it is, actually.
Is he?
No, he hasn't. And Foltz actually got DRS. Marco made the move too early. And now JM can get past him as well, for sure. Yeah, look at the overspeed. JM up the inside, 3 right into chicane, actually. JM breaks early. Marco breaks really late and gets past both of them, barely staying inside the track. And now it's taking the inside line. Foltz trying to switch back but can't get it done. And JM now with better momentum flies past Foltz. And probably Marco as well. Is Foltz can get Marco also with the DRS here? Yes.
Yes.
Marco has no chance to defend. And drops down back to P5. And now JM moving round here to the Foltz through turn 9. And gets past him. Foltz in the terrible exit though. Marco might try and send it here. No, he thinks better of it. That would have been an ambitious move, for sure. So yeah, Kevin at the front still 2.5 away from Sean Moon, is now 2.5 from JM.
Oh,
and a spin for Cucho! Resetting the track as well. A spin at turn 14, where have we seen this before? Is this a sign of things to come? Yeah, imagine if we got a Latifi type ending to this race, that would be lovely.
Oh, please, no, I don't want to. No, not again.
I mean, we have seen the Williams in particular spin at that corner and DNF cause a safety car. Imagine. Just imagine. And then a Red Bull won a title as well against Mercedes. Guess what? Kevin and Marco in a Red Bull Mercedes. It's just meant to be, isn't it? Here we go, Marco might have another go. He doesn't have DRS on Foltz for some reason.
He has,
Oh, it isn't showing up for me, that's weird. And now, onto the second straight, you can try again, maybe burning some Ortic. Now the DRS showing up on my screen. Foltz burning Ortic as well, though. Foltz definitely not wanting to let Marco go here. But Marco now around the outside of Foltz. Can he get it done here into turn 9? Does he have the grip to go all the way around the outside? He does not.
Doesn't.
Meanwhile, Pocho trying to get past Tyler here around the inside the same corner. And he gets it done. Although Tyler, he sees Pocho flashing. He knows Pocho's low on ERS, so he probably has a chance on the next DRS to get him back. Wongfi and Gabi battling over P13 as Gabi trying to go around the outside of Wongfi through turn 9. And there we go, Gabi has now cleared Wongfi as Pucho picks up the 3-second time penalty, the first in this race. After only 5 laps, has already picked up 3 warnings. Marco is side by side with Foltz heading to turn 1. But has to back out. Foltz is doing a mega job defending here against Marco. Marco just can't seem to find a way through. But I think Foltz now dropped outside the DRS range to JM. So this should be Marco's chance to finally clear this Williams. Although
Marco is low on ES, so could be hard.
I'll say I think his best strategy is to stay behind until the second DRS straight and then to make the move there. Otherwise Foltz will just come back at him and then they contact on the straight. And Foltz manages to stay alongside. Contact again on the same straight twice. These two are not leaving each other an inch out here. Marco's now gotten past, but Foltz can see the flashing. And I think this will be an easy reroll for Foltz. Yes, DRS open and he flies back past the Red Bull on the outside line. Nothing Marco can do about it. And that's another lap of him being stuck behind Foltz. I did say you should pass him on the second DRS straight. This exactly what I thought happened. As Tyler defends against evac for P7 here, would have passed by Pocho last lap and already the next car on his back. Marco going into the back of Foltz there into turn 12.
You can feel the rage, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think at this point it's clear what's happening here. I think Foltz is slowing down Marco on purpose. Tyler getting past Pocho, who must have made mistakes that would be passed in that corner. I mean, I have to say, I don't get why Foltz is even bothering, because as long as Sean Moore finishes top 7, this doesn't matter. This is just unnecessary. I mean, like, if they were on equal points or something, I would get it, but Sean Moore just needs to finish this race pretty much. Alright, another chance for Marco to get past here. He's burning, not burning ES this time. using the DRS to go to the outside line of Foltz. Down into the chicane. Foltz has so much ERS still. And I think he's probably gonna have a go at the next DRS again. Marco going a bit deep into the first part of the chicane, not the ideal exit. Bit of an oversteer moment as well. Does he have enough of a gap to defend? I don't think he does. I think Foltz gonna fly right back past again. Yep, same mistake as last lap. Marco made his move too early. And he's now stuck behind Foltz for one more lap again. As Pocho defends against Pinky here for P7. Pinky on the inside line down towards turn 12. And he gets past. Pocho trying to hang around the outside, but not a corner can try and stay alongside, so in the end has to back out and settle for P8 for the moment at least. Tyler's almost in the range to Marco. Marco's losing, look, JM, it's 3.5 seconds ahead, and he passed him, what, like 3 laps ago?
Yeah, I think it's also the hard tires, it's a bit rubbish now.
At this point, the hard tires shouldn't be this rubbish. I think it's definitely Foltz slowing down a bit. Which, yeah, I just don't get it. Like, there's no point. There's no reason to do it. Especially with Sean Muller already being like miles away now. He's 4 seconds away from this this train here. Even if Marken gets past now, Sean Muller is so far a distance. It's gonna be a really difficult gap to overcome again. Is he gonna send it into the first chicane? He actually slows down now. I think he's finally realized Foltz's game plan. Third time lucky maybe, and now he's got the DRS for the second part. But does he have enough ERS to actually get past the Williams? Foltz burning ERS as well. Is Marco gonna get alongside now, round the outside, into turn 9. Foltz squeezing him all the way. And now from the corner, Foltz coming out ahead once again. Marco with the switchback now on the outside line, but doesn't have the momentum. Switches back to the inside. Is he gonna send it? Is he gonna send it? Yes, he sends it! He sends it! Foltz leaves in space. Contact made, but Foltz stays ahead. And now look at how close Tyler is, and I think this is about to be turned into a 3-way battle. I mean, you have to say, it's very good racecraft and ERS management from Foltz. He's just got so much ERS to defend against every single attack that Marco makes. And he's playing this, I mean, I'll say the fact that he's even slowing it down at all is not very intelligent, but the way he's doing it is very intelligent, if you get me.
Yeah, and you were very close up to Sean Muller.
Yeah, Sean Muller here actually... I didn't think he'd be caught again.
About, so he could just drive.
And if you look at the ERS levels, they've both got quite a bit of ERS in their car right now. JM not using it down to chicane, but might still be able to go for the move. He's not gonna do it though. Marco now getting past Foltz into chicane. And Foltz sends another braking once again to the inside, to the apex. And I think that might have actually been great for Marco. Oh no, Marco's a terrible exit anyway. And Foltz... Oh, JM moving past Sean Muller, and I think Foltz, is he gonna get past the Red Bull once again? He's got the inside line. Tyler having a go as well. The Alpine on the inside line into turn 9 now. But Marco, I think, is hanging around the outside nicely. And oh, Porsche going very wide there. And I think, has he picked up damage? I think he tapped the wall.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm currently on a helicam, so I'm way too far away from the front wing to be able to see it. It's a very nice helicam to be fair, but right now, for once, I'd actually like to see the car close up. You never get what you want with this game, on the camera angles. I'm still waiting for... still helicam? Can we have some close out the front wing, please?
It doesn't look
it looks fine from up here. His pace doesn't seem to be dropping massively, so I think he's fine. Look at how quickly JM is gaining on Kevin. He's gaining a second, and he hasn't even burnt much ERS. Look at the ERS levels on JM. And another round, lap 9, round 9 I think, of Marco vs Foltz. 5 seconds to get to Sean Muller now. Is Marco finally gonna get past Foltz now? Or has Foltz got one more trick in his locker? Marco slowing down there on the straight. Moving back into the slipstream. They all make contact in the chicane there with a bit of a bottleneck effect. Is Marco close? And I think he's a bit too far behind. I think he might be stuck behind Foltz for even longer here. Indeed he is. Meanwhile Zane moving past Pocho for P8. Pocho another spin. Oh my god, what?
interesting.
I was on board with Potro, and I think Zane just like went on top of him.
Yeah, he did.
Was that some kind of lag moment? Lag spike?
Has to be.
Yeah, I only saw it from the onboard of Potro. As Zane now picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I wonder if one of those warnings was for mounting Potro. Zane now into the pit lane. Early pit stop, so this must be a front wing change, surely. I mean, if he's done on the hard tires. Lap 10 is certainly too early for pit stop. We've got yellow flags for Wongfu with a spin at the hotel. Keep an eye on JM and Kevin as well. No front wing change for Zane, just an early pit stop onto mediums. So Zane doing a big undercut there. We'll see if it pays off for him. And if he can make those tires last to the end. 19 laps on mediums. We'll have to wait and see.
I think Kevin has a big problem because he has no ES. The tires are probably dead.
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh, God, Marco! Forward.
I'm currently on board with JM and Kevin here. JM is about to take the lead here, and he's now taking the lead as well. An easy flyby of Kevin. Kevin not really putting up much of a fight. Not that he can either. He has no ES, no tires, no nothing. Falls once again. Coming back at Marco. But, oh, contact rate! Marco's been sent into a spin! Marco's round at turn 9! And dropping down to P9. And he's stuck on the curb, I think. No, he's got net going again. P10. Kucho not far behind either. Marco on the back end of the points. And has further hampered his chance at a championship today. All the way down to P10. Kevin now in the pit lane, of course, after, well, we saw his tires completely give up. We'll see what he goes on to with mediums or hards. It is mediums for him as well. So the same we saw, well, we did see Zane pit one lap earlier. Potro in the pits as well now. So this must be for hards, since it's already on the mediums. There we go, hard compound tires for Potro. We've got Marco in as well, of course, not showing a pit lane with Potro in this race. And he's probably showing a pit lane with one of the Ferrari guys here, since the overalls are red. Also on the hard compound. We've got a virtual safety car! Just as Marco exits the pit lane here. Wongfu in the pit lane now, under VSD. I think he's got no front wing. He's probably the one who caused the safety car then.
Yeah.
Only a virtual now, the race still well, just been neutralized for now. So yeah, Potro, Zane and Marco, and Wongfu now as well. Those are the guys who have already made a pit stop in this race. They are now going to the end of the race. Keep an eye out on the race leaders. See if they make it into the pit lane before the safety car comes in, because I think this is a good chance to pit. Wongfu now has retired. I think it just crashed in the pit exit. I think he just crashed in the pit exit.
Has no on board. Just look at it, yeah.
Yeah, he's in the pit exit. And I think we now have a full safety car, because look at the yellow dot in the pit lane. That must be the safety car. And that's JM into the pit lane. That's Sean Moon into the pit lane. It still says virtual safety car, but there we go, full course safety car. Falls in. I'm glad the car of Wongfu despawned, because imagine if these guys like came out the pit lane and there's just a car parked on the apex of the pit exit. I'll stay on board JM here to see what the picks like if there's front wing parts, whatever. Laying right here. And I think there isn't.
Nothing there.
No, well, maybe it's despawned. Kevin, of course, laying out. He already made his pit, so he's coming out in second place. Just ahead of Sean Moore there.
Yeah.
Folds in 4th, Tyler in 5th, Pinky in 6th. Marco the penalty under safety car, come on.
Yeah. Can't be.
Potro coming out in P7 here, it seems. We've got Ewek in, Marcelli on 8th, sorry, Ewek in 9th, Kucho in 10th, Marco in 11th, Gabriel in 12th, and Zane with a new front wing and onto fresh mediums will be in 13th, which is last in this race after Wongfu's DNF.
Pinky will take Tyler.
Oh, Tyler just went into the back of Pinky there as well. That might have been some front wing damage. Some confusion there over who is in Tyler's position. We've got there's quite a few Folds and Shawmul swapping as well here. Not great. Not sure what's going on. But I think it's sorted itself out now. Hopefully nobody got any damage or penalties from that. Well, no penalties, but damage. So yeah, we've got 17 laps to go now. Do you think those mediums will make it all the way to the end without losing much pace? Or do you think the hards were the better tire to be on now?
I doubt the mediums will. Just...
I mean, I'll say they'd probably make it because Kevin and Zane made pits on the green flags onto mediums, so they would have had no reason to pit that early if they didn't think the mediums would make it. But I will say I think the tire what we saw in the first stint with Kevin on the softs where he gained like 3 seconds and then all of a sudden JM started gaining second lap on him. I think the same will happen here, where Kevin and Foles will be faster at the start, and then over the course of the stint all the hard runners, well, sorry, Zane as well of course, but he's down in P13 so it will be more difficult for him to show his pace, to be stuck in traffic a bit. While Kevin and Foles will probably, well, if they're actually that much faster they will just move past JM and be in 1-2 in clean air. So I think they will start running away, and then as we get to the end of the race, the tires will die out and the hards will come back, and we might have an exciting finish here, where Kevin and Foles start getting chased down by the likes of JM, Sean Moore, Tyler, all those guys in the hard compound. But of course that's only if we get no more safety cars. We still have over half of the race to go, 13 cars left in the race who could cause one, so I wouldn't rule out a second safety car in this race, and that could blow everything wide open again. Currently, Sean Moore would be champion. He's in P4, Kevin in second, Marco in 11th. And as for the constructors, Kevin is currently scoring 18 for Mercedes, while Pocho is scoring 6 for Red Bull. So that would not be enough. That would be a 12-point swing in favor of Mercedes. That would need a 17-point swing. And well, with Wongfi having DNF'd, I think Kevin would need a miracle to overcome Red Bull's advantage in the constructors. 17 points with only 1 car against 2. That's going to be a tough ask for Kevin to overcome on his own now. Especially because I expect Marco to move back towards the front. He definitely seemed to have pace, but was stuck behind Foles for so long. And now that Foles is nowhere near him, yeah, you would think he can start moving upwards.
No, I wonder if Foles goes full pace.
We'll see. We'll see what he does now. If he just, I might just let Sean Moore past and start blocking again. Safety car in this lap, it's been called in. JM leading the field here, followed by Kevin and Foles. He's got 2 cars and better tires behind him. How does he play this? Does he go late? Does he go early? I reckon late would be smarter, give him less time to use the tires before we start the race. And he does seem to be going late at least. We are already down to this final corner here. And I think JM has not gone, he's going very late here, just before the line.
Yes.
Going very, very late. And he's got about a 4/10 gap to Kevin. They're not massive, but enough to be safe for now. Kevin with a not ideal line through turn 1, losing some time there. JM pulling away already. And Kevin under pressure on Foles behind. Foles might even have a chance at the goal for P2. Here's Tyler. He's going around yet now Sean Moore down to the hairpin, and he actually sends it on the brakes. Sean Moore keeping it in there. On the inside line, squeezes Tyler out a bit. And Tyler decides to back out. But maybe down the straight. No, Sean Moore seems to have superior straight line speed there over the Alpine. JM still holding on to the lead. Kevin not able to go for the move. We've got Pinky trying to find a gap there for Tyler to just dive in. Zane having to take a bit of avoiding action there. His cars ahead of course are braking early in the train. Avoids getting back of them. Marco trying to go for the move on Kucho here. As Kucho only trying to go for Marcelio as well. Kucho turning a defense into attack now around the outside. As JM actually has been passed by Kevin. I'm not sure what that happened, but Kevin is in the lead of the race now.
Well,
I completely missed that. But Foles still right behind him, Ferrari as well. And probably looking to try and follow through, stay with Kevin for the race lead.
Well, the problem with Kevin is he has already burnt so much ES again.
How much is he on? 46. Yeah, he's burnt a lot to get past JM.
In M90, so...
I guess he's gonna try and build a 1 second gap and just pull away at the front.
Well, he has to. Otherwise it won't work.
Yeah, because if he's in a DRS with this little ERS to work with, he'll be in trouble. Showmoon only dropping out of the S range in the front three though. We've got Kucho getting past Pocho there, who lets him through, it seemed. Interesting. Gabi and Ewek battling over the last place in this race. Gabi coming out ahead of the Williams. We do seem to have a very close grid right now. I mean, the entire field is still very close together here. Marco going for the move, Marcelio up the inside into the chicane, leaving it with a nice bit of space there. On the exit, Marco over the curb. And he's gotten past Marcelio and taken P9 in the race. Meanwhile, Tyler moving past Showmoon. His Folds also moves past JM. And having a little look at Kevin as well. So yeah,
Sean was really struggling with the tires.
Yeah, it does seem like the hearts of Sean Moore aren't really... Like he hasn't been able to keep up the pace with JM even. Let alone the medium runners, so... Maybe he hasn't got them warmed up correctly. He's missed the restart a bit, if you get me. And he has to get them up to temperature, which can take a while in the hards. I mean, he isn't painfully slow, so it isn't some kind of damage or whatever. At least I don't think it is. JM following Fold quite closely though. He's able to stay with him. When we're already 5 laps into or 4 laps into this safety car restart, so the mediums won't be amazingly fresh anymore. And the fact that JM is already able to stay with these guys, and over time of course will only his pace will only get better compared to them. I think JM has a good chance to take this race win. Of course, to do so he needs to get past both Folds and Kevin and defend from all the cars behind him at the same time. As he makes a bit of a mistake and might open the door for Tyler here to take third place. This is what I was talking about. He has to defend. Tyler seeing a gap on the inside maybe, but has to switch back to the outside. Can't in the end send the move on JM as Gabriel gets past Marcelio and Zane in one go. And now 3 wide, Ewek with Zane and Marcelio, and Zane has been sent into a spin. A 3-wheel situation ending badly. And I think Zane on the inside line he was. Sent into the spin and out of contention for points pretty much now. He's 10 seconds behind the field. Very unfortunate for him. I don't think it was really his fault. Just an unfortunate incident looked like from the... At least from the spectator's view. I guess if it's getting reported, the stewards will have a look at it again. Yeah, incident happened very quickly. Of course, my immediate reaction might not be the correct verdict. But yeah, just 3 wide. Always dangerous to go 3 wide into any corner. And in the end it's, well, Zane is the one who came out worse. As we're back onto the DRS straights. You can see Kevin flashing already, leaving himself vulnerable to attacks behind him. But nobody attacking into the first part of the chicane. Maybe it's in the second DRS straight and then down into turn 9. Make sure your opponent can't counter-attack. I think JM is gonna go for Folds. Yes, he is. He's burning his overtake. And he's gonna get past Folds and maybe even Kevin. Look at the overspeed of JM. But for now, he's only overtaking Folds around the outside through turn 9. And now side by side into turn 12. Folds, I think, is still there. He's not. JM has pulled ahead and taken P2 in this race. Meanwhile, if you look further down the grid, Kucho is about 2 seconds away from the front pack, which yeah, consists of Pinky, Sean Moore, Tyler, Folds, and JM. Marcelio picking up his second penalty of the race now. And then, well, yeah, these guys, Kucho, Marco, Pocho, I thought they were going to be able to stay with them at the front, but they aren't right now. Especially, oh, contact the Mac, I think Ewek into the pit wall here.
With
Marcelio as well. What have they done? Someone, I don't know who it was, but someone just, I think, sent it into the final corner, which is not an overtaking opportunity, so someone has just been very naughty. Zane is now back in the fight for P11 at least. Tyler now moving past Folds. I think the mediums are dying out already. These guys are now starting to drop places. James only gotten past Folds, now Tyler as well. And I think Kevin has another big pressure here. And probably about to be overtaken for the race lead. JM making use of his overtake advantage, his DRS advantage, and flies past Kevin for P1. Tyler, look at the overspeed, almost managed to follow through. Now he's trying to defend from Foltz, though as he had to back out the move. Lost a bit of momentum, but Foltz can't use that advantage, and still is stuck behind the Alpine. But Tyler's not going to want to stay behind Kevin for long. He wants to try and stay with JM here for a chance in the race win. Meanwhile, the gap to Kutscher increasing even more, 2.8. Himself is keeping Marco at about 9/10, 1 second. Not looking good in terms of the World Championship for Marco. He's not able to stay in this train while Sean Moole is well, doing very well to stay with these guys. Doing exactly what he needs. He's keeping it calm. I don't think Sean Moole is really like going full out for the race win today. I think he's playing it safe. Just trying to finish in a good enough position. Exactly what he needs. You wouldn't want to throw this away right in the end. I mean, you've got a 20-point gap. The last thing you want is to bottle it. As for Brigodi though, to avoid going in the back of JM, and that allows Kevin to move back fast.
He's so low, like every race.
And now Tyler is gonna fly past Kevin. Boxes in behind JM. Doesn't give him any space to maneuver. And JM actually slows down massively. Both Kevin and Tyler move through. Foltz as well on the outside line now.
Outside.
What is JM doing? Major blunder, I would say, there from him. He just slowed down and let pass 3 people. And picks up a time penalty as well now, JM. He's throwing away this race win. As Zane and Ewek battle for P11, Zane getting past the Williams there. Tyler now into the lead, with a major tire advantage over the median runners of Kevin and Foltz. And JM, the first hard runner in P4 on with a penalty as well. Not good for JM at all here. And now he's made a mistake again, he's letting past Sean Moore as well. And Pinky. They're all moving past JM. He's dropped out of P6. How quickly a race can unravel here. I mean, he's still in the leading train. Nothing is over yet. But, well, pulling out that 3-second gap in these last 9 laps will be a tough ask for him. As Tyler has extended this gap to, well, just under a second now as Kevin just about gets back into the DRS range. Pocho moving past Marco there, the teammates swapping places, and, well, you would think Marco would be the, well, it doesn't matter at this point, does it? Sean Moore is so far ahead, and, Marco would have to win the race, which right now he's not even in contention for, so I guess Marco being the title contender has gone out the window in this situation. As Pocho now moves past Coach for P7 as well. I suppose that's why Marco let him pass. And Pocho can maybe start chasing after the guys in front, but goes very right through turn 9. Probably picked up another warning.
Staying goes past Ewek again.
Yep, another position swap for P11 here. The gap ever increasing to Gabi as well. I think these guys battling is losing them quite a bit of time. The gap was 10 seconds and now it's 15. I will say though, last time in Abu Dhabi 2021 was a Mercedes and a Haas battling for a position outside the points. It's just worth mentioning. I'm prepared for the worst. Mastenio into the pit lane as he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding as well. So he has opted to go for fresh tires. Soft compounds for Mastenio.
Stromer goes past Kevin.
Yellow flags for Ewek. The Williams has crashed. Unfortunately, no safety car.
You really want it, oh?
I want some spiciness in this race. We need it. Kucho has been past Marco. He was very wide off track when I went on board with him, so I'm not sure if he had a mistake, if he got involved in an incident with Marco. Either way, Marco's now up in the P8 behind his teammate of Pocho. And the fight for the race lead is still very much on here. Tyler not able to break away from Foltz, so those mediums maybe showing some signs of life again. Kevin really close behind Sean Moon as well. These top 4 in a heated battle for the race win. So we are entering the final stage of the race, lap 22 out of 29. Pinky and JM as well still hanging in there, but Pinky doesn't seem to really have the pace to stay close enough to go for any kind of attacking maneuvers on Kevin up ahead. So it does seem like it's mainly these four, Tyler, Foles, Sean Moon and Kevin, who are in contention for the race win. And well, Sean Moon is effectively fighting with like an arm tied behind his back here, because every single driver here knows Sean Moon cannot take the same risk they can. Like, if a Tyler DNFs here, like crashes out while going for a move, he'll be annoyed, of course, he'll have lost the race win. But losing a race win is a lot less of a risk or a loss than losing a championship if you DNF here at the end, in Sean Moon's case. So all of these other drivers, they can be a bit more aggressive in their maneuvers, while Sean Moon has to hold back. And they might take advantage of that, might start bullying around the track a little bit. For now though, Tyler is still just doing a good job there, keeping Foles at bay, not really letting him get alongside even. And making sure he can yeah, just have a chill drive out front. Although of course with well, 5 cars in your DRS range, it's never all that chill, you know, one mistake could drop you down to P6. It's an almighty train here. Tyler, Foles, Sean Moon, Kevin, Pinky and JM, all within range of each other. And all of these guys could very much still realistically win the race. I did say about one lap ago that Pinky and JM don't really seem to have the same sort of pace, which still is the case, but all it takes is one 4-wide moment and an incident, and they'll be right in the front. I mean, you laugh, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Just... It's such a shame with the fights, because wouldn't the incident happen with Marco, it would be such an amazing fight up there. But nothing to do.
Foles following Tyler really closely. And he's a little bit of ERS here, so I think he's setting up a move. Maybe waiting for the last few laps as well. Making sure that he is safe from being overtaken from anyone behind. Or being re-overtaken by Tyler. Just sitting in the DRS, waiting for his opportunity, and yeah, maybe just sending it on the last lap. And then trying to leave Tyler with no more chances to fight back against him. Of course, the big question is if his tires will be able to hold on to this pace that long. I would like to know what his percentage is on the tires, but unfortunately we only have the lap counter. As Tyler now is starting to play DRS games here already, only on lap 24, we're already seeing DRS games in play. He's slowed down to let Foles pass. And he's gonna fly right back past him. Sean Moon actually is gonna fly past Tyler. Both flying past Foles. And Sean Moon, I think, is just taking the lead of the race. Tyler into second place, Foles into third. Foles moving down 2 places there at once, with both Tyler and Sean Moon flying past him. And Sean Moon now in the lead of the race, with Tyler following him closely. This battle is not over at all, believe me. I don't think Tyler or Foles is going to give him this race win. The final race in the season, here in Abu Dhabi. Of course you want to end your season on a high. So any of these guys, I think, could very much still win this race and will want to win this race, will try to do everything to win this race. With only 5 left to go. Oh, Tyler, a bit of a mistake there, a bit of a wobble. Going through turn 15. Lost some time to Sean Moon, he's still within DRS range though. So all good for him, just needs to probably wait a lap longer to re-overtake.
Something I'm scared about is Jay, because he has again full ERS.
Oh wow, yeah, Jay, okay. Well, the thing with Jay is the fact that he has a penalty, and he's running out, like he's not gonna have enough laps to get past people and build a significant gap while in this train. So I think he's guaranteed to be P6. As we've got the yellow flag, E-Wag has crashed at Latifi corner, it's a safety car! What? Oh my god! Look at where he's crashed! This has to be a joke. Ewek. Williams has crashed at turn 14 with a safety car on the end of the race. Someone call Michael Masi. Oh my goodness me.
Before. Oh.
What?
Yeah.
This is just throwing this race upside down again. It'll be a 3-lap sprint to the air, something like that.
With the,
I'm guessing absolutely everybody's coming in for softs. There's no chance of staying out. If you're staying out, you're an idiot.
Absolutely.
It could be a factor
Yeah,
double stacks now.
yeah.
I wonder who will be stuck behind someone. Like who will because some people will be sharing a pit lane. So Sean Moole in, Tyler in, Foltz in, Kevin in, Pinky in, JM in. There we go. The entire top 6 in. Pocho in,
Sprint
Marco
to
in.
win.
Absolutely everyone into the pit lane.
What's wrong?
Gabby the penalty. Pocho staying out. Okay. Oh, okay. Pocho's the only one who gets a pass for one very simple reason. He doesn't care about his own finishing position at this point, I'm pretty sure. I think he's gonna try and do his absolute hardest to somehow get Marco into a race-winning position. The problem is, if we have a little look at the penalties, Marco has 3 seconds. Marco actually jumped JM. I think JM double stacked.
Double stack.
Yep, must have been a double stack for JM. He's dropped behind Marco. Coming out on P8 there. Well, Sean Moore now in 2nd place, and ahead of him is the teammate of one of his championship rivals. Well, we'll see how this ends. Sean Moore is not going to want to be stuck behind him for long, but he can't. And Pocho's not going to give up on this one. Pocho's going to try and defend his absolute. I mean, he's got 15 lap all hearts against fresh softs. This is going to be a absolutely mammoth task for Pocho to defend for any amount of time. He's going to drop like a stone. Like once Sean Moore gets past, he'll be offline, and then Tyler will fly through, Kevin will fly through, Pinky will fly through. He'll let Marco pass. He'll be last by lap 28. I say.
I really hope that everyone at least a little bit respectful. No.
No. I want all the drama. I want
Just
death and
not
destruction.
again.
I want
Not again.
3 finishers. Australia 2023.
As long as the rules don't change in the last lap or so, I'm happy.
Lap cars may now overtake the safety car. Unfortunately, there is no lap cars right now, so we can't rig. Well, I don't have control of the race anyway. It's done by the game, so I mean, you never know with Codemasters. For all we know, they are about to do something absolutely crazy. Tyler and Sean will places here. Safety car hasn't come in, so we'll have maximum of 2 laps of racing here. Tyler's gone past. Okay, now he's going off track. Oh, and Foltz! Foltz trying to be sneaky and slip through as well, but he hasn't been able to pull it off. Unfortunate for Foltz that well, I don't know. Would he even have been allowed to keep the position anyway, even if Tyler was still off track when he passed him? Hasn't worked in the end. Tyler staying ahead. Well, if the safety car comes in, we'll have a 2-lap sprint to the end.
Oh god. Oh god.
I mean, if Pocho can defend, I mean, there will be no DRS, so I reckon Pocho even has half a chance to win this race, you know? He just has to defend for his absolute life.
But this is everything he can.
He is gonna... If he gets a good restart, and he manages to defend for the first DRS straight, well, not the no DRS, but you get what I mean, the straight between turn 5 and 6.
Mansfield.
Then I'll give him a chance. But the moment Sean Moore gets past him, it's over. he's not gonna fight back. He will have no chance to fight back.
Defending for his life. So
Yeah, he's gonna have to park it on every single apex. We'll see. Safety car has been called in. Restart will be held this lap. It's Pocho in the race lead, followed by championship leader Sean Moore. His rivals Kevin in P5, he needs a fast lap and a race win, while Sean Moore has scored 0 point. Marco in 7th, he'll need a race win, while Sean Moore finishes 8th or lower. Meanwhile, for the constructors, Red Bull right now are definitely winning. 17 points in favor of Red Bull going into this race. Right now, Mercedes scoring 15, scoring 10, Red Bull scoring 25 and 6, 31. Safety car has reached the pit lane now. Pocho, I think he's gonna try and go late here because he isn't far away from the safety car. Just waiting for the perfect opportunity to go here, try and catch Sean Moore off guard so he can stay in the lead for as long as humanly possible here. When is Pocho going to decide to go? As we go around the final corner, Pocho's gone.
Yes.
Pocho is gone and Sean Moore is under attack from Tyler actually. Terrible restart for Sean Moore. And for now, Pocho is safe, but look at how much later Sean Moore breaks and already gains so much time from turn 1. Pocho is in danger here of being passed already down to turn 5, I think. Sean Moore is probably closer to send direct, but is he gonna send it? Is he gonna send it on the Red Bull? He goes into the line, Pocho knocks him off, and Sean Moore are trying to move around the outside with the switchback maybe as well. Now Tyler, 3 wide, 4 wide with Falls as well. 4 wide down the back straight. Sean Moore in the race. Tyler trying to fight back. Pocho can make as well the slipstream. Falls in there as well. All 4 of them still in distance here. Pocho trying to move around the outside, off track even. But Sean Moore takes lead of the race. Sean Moore's in the lead. And I think he's done it now. Pocho cannot fight back. His tires are too dead. Tyler and Falls swarming him as well. 4 P2 and 3 there. Going either side of him. Bit of contact made there between Tyler and Pocho. Falls on the inside line. Pocho in the middle. 3 wide. Pocho trying to squeeze Tyler a little bit there. Who's going to come out in front? Falls and Tyler both through. Pocho being absolutely eaten up. Twinkie slipping through as well. And Kevin. Is Kevin going to send as well? Yes, Kevin sends it as well. But I think Pocho's got that one covered for now at least. And a wing flying there. I'm not sure whose wing it is. But someone's wing just flew off. Pocho still defending against Kevin here. And Sean Moore in the lead of the race now. Has pulled a 1 in Captain Falls. Sean Moore's on his way to winning the race and the championship at the same time. What a race, what a season for Sean Moore as we head into the final lap of it. We'll keep an eye on this battle of P5 as well here, which is still heating up. JM now retiring in the pit lane, his race is done. It's Pocho, Kevin and Marco. The battles for the constructors still. Although, well, Kevin needs to somehow gain 17 points from this position, which is not gonna happen. And he now moves around yourself Pocho rather easily. Pocho has absolutely no grip. And Pocho now down to almost last. 9th as Kuchen makes his way. Marcello slipping past the Red Bull as well now. As Marco has to battle Zane for P7 here. Marco took into place as well with that incident. Tyler moving past Falls for P2. Falls trying to switch back to get back at the Alpine. And Falls in the better exit there side by side. Down towards turn 9. He's gonna come out in front. Pinky in there as well, but he's got absolutely no ear as Kuchen off the race in the last lap. Falls around yet of Tyler. Is he gonna get past the Alpine? Yes he is, but can Tyler find a way back into that position? I don't think he can. I think Falls got it covered. Falls! But oh, Tyler sent it! Oh! But here we are at the final lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Pocho now retiring as well out of the race. And your championship winner in season 11 of Division 2 is Sean Moore. And he takes the race win as well. Wins it in style. He slows down actually. Oh, does he? He kept the race win in the end. He almost lost it to Falster over the line. And what a race, what a season it has been for Sean Moore. A very well deserved championship. And this time for real. Last week we already thought he won it. This week he's definitely won it. Driver of the day goes to Tyler there, but I'll disagree. I'd give to Sean Moore. A very well deserved championship. And there we are on the podium. Sean Moore celebrating his race win and his championship. And yeah, I mean, what a season he has had. Great consistency all around. Always up there in these races. I don't think he's even had a single DNF all season. And in the end, when the pressure was on, he did not just deliver the bare minimum. He only needed to finish P7, and he went and won the race. Here we have your full race results. It is Sean Moore winning the race ahead of Falls and Tyler with the fast lap in P3. Pinky in P4, Kevin in 5th, Marco in 6th, Zane in 7th, Marcello in 8th, Gabi in 9th, Pocho in 10th, Kucho in 11th, JM in 12th, Ewike, Wongofi having DNF in 13th and 14th. And the entire field who didn't DNF within 10 seconds. Really, really close grid. So yeah, a thoroughly enjoyable race. Any words from you to finish the stream? Okay, I guess not. Yeah, that was that. Well, thank you for watching us here in Season 11 of Division 2. I really, really enjoyed this season. Second season in Division 2. And yeah, I would say this division has been a great success so far. And hopefully Season 12 of the league, the third season then of Division 2, will be just as exciting as this one. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The first race of Division 2 in Season 12 will be on the 25th of October, so in just over a month, when at the Australian Grand Prix. Until then, of course, we'll still have the esports division, we still have Division 1, the finale on Saturday as well, a championship fight there as well, with Cutlace and myself tied on points, so that will be exciting to watch. Whoever comes on ahead in that race wins the title, and I can only recommend that you tune in for it. As always, same time as always, Saturday at 6:30 PM UK, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in Division 1, well worth a watch as well. I hope you enjoyed today's race, I hope you enjoy your evening, and yeah, see you on Saturday.